good morning. Good morning for 5 more minutes. We are going to go ahead and get our Chamber December Headliners Luncheon underway. We're going to do our very best to time all of the remarks and comments and questions with the rain that I see is now falling. They've told us about 45 minutes of rain, so I think we're going to come in just about the right timing for us all to emerge from this gorgeous hotel and resort to clear skies again. So let's just keep our fingers crossed on good holiday luck. Welcome, my name is Jackie Dzelski. I'm the president and CEO at the Manatee Chamber, and welcome to our once again sold out State of the County December Headliners. We are thrilled that you're with us to hear important information about the vision and direction of Manatee County and the way that we all can partner to ensure continued and even greater success in the future. For our first order of business, if you would please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated, and as you do so, if you would do us the favor of silencing those mobile devices, that would be appreciated. We have a large number of elected officials, including a number of newly elected officials who have joined us today for our State of the County address. I would ask that all of these officials please stand, and we will hold our applause until the end. Representing the Manatee County Commission and Port Authority in alphabetical order, we have Commissioners Amanda Ballard, Commissioner Jason Bearden, Commissioner Carol Ann Feltz, Commissioner Bob McCann, Commissioner Mike Ron, and Commissioner Tal Sadiq. From the City of Bradenton, Mayor Jean Brown, Councilwoman Mary Ann Barnaby, Councilwoman Pam Coachman, Councilman Josh Kramer, Councilwoman Lisa Gonzalez Moore, Councilwoman Jane Coker. From the School District of Manatee County, we have School Board members Chad Choate, School Board member Heather Felton, School Board member Charlie Kennedy, and School Board member Cindy Spray. Representing the Supervisor of Elections Office, we have David Ballard. From the Florida House of Representatives, District 72, Representative Bill Connerly. And from Congressman Vern Buchanan's office, we have Tara Polton and Kara Misevich. Can you please show your appreciation for all of these officials? We have sponsors that help make our Headliners series possible and such a success each and every month in offering important topics to our chamber membership. And those annual Headliners sponsors are CareerSource Suncoast, Florida Power and Light, Manatee Health, the Mosaic Company, and the Realtor Association of Sarasota and Manatee. We also want to thank the Platinum investors. These are members of the Chamber that invest financially in the mission of the Chamber well beyond their dues. We have Platinum, Gold, Silver, and Bronze level investors. You'll find that indication on attendees' name tags today, but we will give a special thank you to our Platinum investors. And those organizations are Brown & Sons Funeral Home and Crematory, Carr, Riggs & Ingram, the City of Bradenton, Freedom Village of Bradenton, IMG Academy, Manatee County Government, Manatee Health, MCR Health, the Mosaic Company, NDC Commercial Real Estate, NDC Construction Company, the Pittsburgh Pirates and Bradenton Marauders, Raymond James Wealth Management, Bruce Body, the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, Seaport Manatee, and South State Bank. Thank you so much to these investors for their support of the Chamber. And a very special thank you to the Palmetto Marriott Resort and Spa. This team has been incredible helping us put this luncheon together. By a show of hands, how many of you is today your first visit to this gorgeous hotel and resort? Well, welcome. We hope that you all will be not only regular visitors here to enjoy the restaurants, but also that you'll be referring this hotel to anyone who is looking to stay in our county. So, a brief introduction before we take a break for you to enjoy your delicious lunch. The state of the county. It is fitting that our final headliners of the year, once again sold out, features a topic that has been backed by popular demand each of the last several years. When I spoke with County Administrator Charlie Bishop and asked him if he would once again be willing to come and be our feature for our December headliners, he, without hesitation, said yes, and then almost immediately asked that the presentation and discussion be handled with a team approach, which was the same way he wanted to handle this last year. He wanted to be sure that in addressing the challenges and opportunities that our community faces, he could engage his top leadership team. So I look forward to you hearing from all of them today. It has been such a benefit to the mission and the work and the public policy of the Chamber that we have such a close partnership with our public partners. The county has been engaged with the business community through the Chamber for many decades. Key county personnel serve on committees. County staffers are involved heavily in our Manatee Young Professionals program. Commissioners participate on chamber committees and attend our annual chamber retreat, and the list goes on. They invest in the Chamber's mission, as you just heard, as a platinum level investor as well, and we thank you very much for that investment. Often it seems that issues at the global or the national level dominate news cycles and maybe even your kitchen table or dinner table conversation. But I would argue time and time again that day in and day out, it's local issues, the local economy, our local quality of life that affect us the most. Are we attracting the right mix of employers to grow our region's economy and job base? Do we have the right infrastructure and amenities and workforce to keep businesses here? Are our neighborhoods thriving? Do we have adequate, or better yet, amazing roads, libraries, parks, schools, natural resources, social services, and opportunities for residents to be engaged and make a difference? Are we working together to tackle the tough issues? And I would argue in Manatee County that yes, we are. As I said, today we'll hear from Charlie and several members of his leadership team about how the vision and priorities that are set by the Board of County Commissioners are being carried out. And hopefully, you'll learn a little bit more or gain a better clarity of how you, as a local business leader, can be involved and influence where our county and region are headed. A couple of numbers, although I'm sure Charlie and the team have some data to share with you also. 2 million cubic yards of debris have been handled by the county with the hurricanes. 15, Manatee County is 15th out of 67 Florida counties by population. 31, we are 31st out of 67 counties by land. We get 53 inches of annual average rainfall. It hasn't rained since the hurricane. Today is Manatee Chamber Expo at Lecom Park, and we're getting maybe that 52nd and 53rd inch today. But have no fear, Expo will go on. This thing is going to be cleared out of here in 45 minutes. 741 square miles of land and 150 square miles of water in Manatee County. And almost 450,000 people call Manatee County home. So first, an introduction of our county administrator. Charlie Bishop is a retired Master Sergeant from the United States Air Force with over 20 years of dedicated service in the United States Air Force. Charlie exemplifies a strong commitment to leadership and public service. Following his military career, he has devoted more than 20 years to Manatee County government, where he continues to impact his community. Charlie holds a master's degree from Midwestern State University and has his PMP from the Project Management Institute, underscoring his dedication to education and lifelong learning. His extensive experience and passion for civil service reflect a deep commitment to fostering growth and support within his community. Without further ado, please welcome County Administrator Charlie Bishop.
Jackie, I want to first start off by thanking you and the Chamber, not only for inviting us to speak, but also I want to thank you for allowing us to talk about the state of the Manatee County. We foster an ongoing relationship that has greatly benefited our businesses and residents. Through strategic collaboration and your continued support, we will keep working and make Manatee County the premier place to live, work, and play, and do business. I'm also thrilled to welcome several new members of our Board of County Commissioners. Their fresh perspective on our county operations have already proven invaluable, and we look forward to benefiting from their continued insight, guidance, and wisdom. The state of the county is resilient. We've weathered an unprecedented hurricane season and have come out the other side more determined than ever to serve the public. We've accomplished this through our ability to learn from our mistakes and make great strides in improving progresses over a very short amount of time. There wasn't a guide or a handbook on how to deal with the most active hurricane season on record, but I can assure you that through the dedication of our staff, thank you, the expertise of our leadership, and the commitment of our board, there is now. That's why we are dedicating this State of the County speech to the hardworking men and women of Manatee County, many of whom worked close to a month without a break to help us all get back on our feet, recover, and heal. While much of the State of the County speech will focus on our response and recovery efforts, we will take a few opportunities to update you on some high-level projects that we're very excited about. Now let me talk about blue sky and gray sky and what that term means. This approach is no different than how we structure the county during major activations. We use the term blue sky, gray sky in county government to describe each employee's roles and responsibilities when a storm presents itself. During blue skies, a recreation coordinator at GT Bray might assist local clubs and teams in finding practice space to help them achieve their sporting goals. However, during gray skies, that same individual may step into a role that differs significantly from their everyday responsibilities.
My name is Paige Edens. I work in Sports and Leisure Services, and my blue sky job is scheduling our athletic fields in the county with our renters, tournaments, and league play. I've gotten to know a lot of people in the community. It's a great feeling to know our parks are packed with people, kids and adults who love to enjoy our parks and our leagues. It is like putting a puzzle piece together. I'm trying to fit as many users as I can, maybe move them to a different park, find different times, squeeze as many people as I can as possible. That's why I enjoy doing it. My gray sky job is helping with 301 surge, and that is when the call volumes with the county is very high and they need help. I will also help out with our pods, handing out tarps, water, MREs. Also help door to door, trying to get a needs assessment for those that were impacted the most. The call volume is so high, they really need help trying to get as many people information as they can. It takes many employees to get this county up and running. If they need help, the community needs help with questions they may not know, they can call 301. Also, it takes volunteerism to help out with the pods. It just helps the community. That's what we're here for. We're here to serve and help those that need it.
It's important to know that behind the scenes, there is a Manatee County employee there, no matter what color the sky is. Whether it was the record-breaking rainfall produced by Debbie, the storm surge from Helene, or the wind of Milton, we remain agile to the needs of the community. No two storms are alike, and there is no one-size-fits solution to dealing with back-to-back-to-back storms. One thing we noticed early in the season is that we needed more efficient ways for our staff to monitor metrics and other vital information in real time.
Hi, it's Communications Division Manager Casey Zempel, and we're here at the Emergency Operations Center. I want to show you a couple of important pieces of technology that we deploy during activation to keep you safe and informed. Our utilities team is monitoring inflow and outflow rates at the dam and receiving real-time updates on all of our lift stations. Our Public Works crew is observing river gauges in flood-prone areas, and using FDOT cameras to assess current road conditions. The Human Needs team is keeping track of shelter numbers, and we're collaborating with FPL to ensure reliable service to all of our citizens. We've also engaged with our first-in teams who are ready to act when conditions permit. The dedicated employees of Manatee County, along with supporting agencies, are utilizing every available resource to protect you and your family. For more information, check out mymanatee.org/storm or call 311 with any questions. Thank you and stay safe.
We leverage technology not only internally, but also externally. We deployed the mymanatee.org/storm GIS hub page, which we received well over 1 million page views. Our GIS teams worked diligently to map out sandbag and shelter locations before the storm and kept the public informed and safe with updates on road closures, points of distribution sites, and disaster recovery centers after the storm. Additionally, we used Survey 123 to assess needs following the storm events, enabling leadership to make key decisions about recovery and resource allocation. We also recognized that we needed clear communications with our municipalities. As long as I can remember, turning off the water to the island communities to preserve our infrastructure during a hurricane was always a challenge. By opening the doors to clear communication and getting us all in the same room to address our concerns, we were able to truly understand why it's not just as simple as turning off a valve. This understanding saved us a lot of time for the next activation and kept our infrastructure, work crews, and island communities safe. This open line of communication also came in handy during the sand and removal process, which we'll talk about later. Recognizing the importance of collaboration during emergency activations for sheltering our most at-risk residents, we worked closely with our partners at the Manatee County School District, thank you, to achieve significant improvements in communications. These enhancements began proactively with the establishment of quarterly meetings during Blue Skies. This relationship proved invaluable during Gray Skies, enabling us to quickly coordinate shelter volunteers and provide safe refuge to thousands over multiple activations. By maintaining alignment with the school district, we also streamlined the process of transitioning individuals out of the shelters, identified solutions for those still displaced after the storms, and facilitated the return of students to school within days rather than weeks. Manatee County was also at risk of missing out on valuable Blue and Gray Sky grant opportunities. By streamlining processes and appointing a dedicated grants manager, we empowered county teams to actively pursue more funding. During Gray Skies, grants can truly make a world of difference. The county has already submitted grant proposals to strengthen our communities against future storm impacts and enhance citizen safety. During Blue Skies, grants can accelerate legislative initiatives and provide funding much faster than traditional methods. Another initiative that remains a top priority, no matter the color of the sky, is our Veterans Connections program. Veterans Connections is a dynamic initiative dedicated to serving the over 40,000 veterans and their families that call Manatee County home, offering support through both current services and a future physical hub. With a vision to create accessible, integrated network, it focuses holistic support, community unity, and veteran empowerment. The successes of lessons highlighted today go beyond the efforts of one individual, department, or partnership. It's a culmination of great ideas and expert execution that fuels our progress. In addition to our talented team, we have some of the best leaders in the state of Florida, and I would argue the nation. I'll hand things off to one of those individuals now. Courtney DePaul is one of my 3 deputy county administrators and leads several key departments during major weather events. Her quick thinking and ability to motivate and guide staff during recent activation were individuals, and I can't thank her enough for all the contributions to our organizations. Courtney?
Thanks, Charlie, and again, thank you to Jackie and the rest of the chamber for having us here today. When you think of Gray Skies, our public safety team should be top of mind. And thankfully, Manatee County has one of the best teams in the state. Even during Blue Skies, they're hard at work building partnerships, improving response systems, adopting best practices, and educating our community. This year, we got a head start by teaming up with our Convention and Visitors Bureau to host a hurricane summit. The event brought hospitality professionals into the Emergency Operations Center, giving them an inside look at our response methods. They also learned best practices for guiding their guests on what to do during an activation and how to seek relief if their business was impacted. We also gave our citizens the same access with our Coffee and Questions series, letting them look under the hood, so to speak, of our Emergency Operations Center and get valuable information on how to make themselves and their property more resilient. If citizens were unable to attend in person, we allowed them to submit questions online and we addressed them at that time. But again, during Gray Skies is when this team truly shines. While in activation, as many as 100 employees may stay at the Emergency Operations Center around the clock and sometimes for several days straight. Coordinating meals, sleeping quarters, and efforts with local, state, and federal partners is a monumental task, and our team handles it with incredible dedication and expertise. This season, we encountered 3 hurricanes over the course of 3 months, which was absolutely record-breaking, which I don't think any one of us or our team members had ever been through before. By prioritizing clear communication with the public, we were able to strengthen our response and our recovery efforts. We delivered thousands of messages across channels to emphasize the severity of the storms. Additionally, we leveraged local and national media, as well as our relationships with political partners such as Congressman Vern Buchanan, I know Tara's here, and Senators Rubio and Boyd to, again, amplify our reach. Effective communication, however, is a two-way street. That's where our citizens and our 311 system played a crucial role, providing the feedback needed to refine our efforts and meet the community's needs. I can't begin to tell you about the year-round importance of 311. If you've ever called 311, you probably know. During blue skies, they answer a myriad of topics, anything county-related. But during gray skies, the question can go from something simple like, when's my garbage going to get picked up, to something very intense like, I'm scared and I just need to hear a human's voice. During the 3 storms, our 311 teams took over 40,000 of these types of calls and relayed valuable information back to our communications and our public safety teams. By having our thumb on the pulse of citizens' concerns and sentiments, we were able to quickly pivot our messaging if needed and prioritize life-saving response measures to impacted areas as soon as the all clear was given. Our response after a storm is obviously just as important as our response during the storm. And again, with each storm, we got better and better. After prioritizing immediate life-saving measures, Manatee County organized the largest volunteer effort we'd ever attempted and went door to door to identify human needs in the most impacted areas. These human needs assessments started within hours of the all clear and were critical in determining where our points of distribution, our mobile health centers, and our disaster recovery centers would be set up. We also conducted damage assessments systematically to evaluate the extent of the impacts and prioritize our recovery efforts. Teams of trained personnel documented the damage and relayed their findings back to the EOC. However, increased interactions with the public do come with their set of unique challenges. Our communications team, though, identified rumors in real time, and we were able to dispel them just as fast as they were created. For example, we had to address myths about damage assessments and the FEMA 50% rule through clear communication and continued outreach. The county continued to enhance safety and compliance with floodplain standards through ongoing workshops and neighborhood town halls, online resources, and through social media. Through these channels, the county was able to clarify the process and address many misconceptions. While assessing human needs, though, we were simultaneously addressing infrastructure concerns. The hits just kept on coming. With the damage sustained at Seaport Manatee, we were anticipating several fuel disruptions, and anyone who tried to get fuel at a gas station knows exactly what we're talking about. To reinforce the aggressive pace of recovery that we had established with our citizens, it was imperative that we reestablish our supply chains as quickly as possible. With the help of our commissioners and their connections at both state and local levels, we were able to escalate this need quickly up the ladder. Thanks to Governor DeSantis' quick response, we were able to collaborate with his team and the National Guard on a short-term solution to set up a fuel site for citizens at Tom Bennett Park. This was quickly followed up with a generous $9.5 million donation to jumpstart Seaport Manatee and continue to keep fuel, food, and other key goods flowing through our port. Amid everything happening, though, we made sure not to overlook one of the most important parts of this equation, and that's you, our business partners. The success of our businesses is absolutely key, providing our citizens with the economic support they need to expedite their own recovery. We were so happy to produce a video with Jackie that helped amplify business recovery resources, so we did put this initiative firmly in the capable hands of the Chamber.
Hello, it's Jackie Dzelski from the Manatee Chamber of Commerce. Business and employer recovery from an emergent weather event is key to supporting our economy, providing the goods and services we need, and protecting jobs for our residents. The Manatee Chamber of Commerce has a business recovery webpage that lists many of the resources that businesses need to know about, including financial assistance and loan programs. There's also in-person help available. Go to manateechamber.com/storm recovery for more information. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Jackie. We also kept in touch with you through our Business Connections newsletter that communicated response and recovery information, like the location of the Small Business Development Center bus, to help you get back to work quicker. None of this happens without our ongoing efforts to identify and advocate for key legislative actions. We focused a great deal on our efforts to lobby and request funds from our federal and state partners to invest in key stormwater projects throughout the county. We're seeking funding and support for the design and construction of the Gateway Greenway Trails, Veteran Connections Hub, and other various road and infrastructure projects, which will also ease congestion on our roadways. Finally, we're beginning a very exciting new thing, organizing a Manatee Day in Tallahassee, which will be for the 26th cycle in November of 25. This will be an opportunity to showcase our county, the cities and municipalities within, and the various businesses, organizations, and other ventures that all call our county home. This will be a large effort to advertise our county to the legislators in Tallahassee, advocate for our needs, and give you a seat at the table. We look forward to working with Jackie and the Chamber on this monumental effort. With that, I'd like to pass off the microphone to Deputy County Administrator Evan Pilichowski for a closer look at the heavy lift required to make our recovery efforts a success.
All right, thank you, Courtney, and thank you for the opportunity to highlight the hard work and dedication of our team here, as well as the commitment of the board to strengthening the vital infrastructure and essential services that the team provides to our citizens. And if this storm has really taught us anything, it's that we can always do more. It begins with educating the public about what our infrastructure can and can't do during blue skies and gray skies. So we've got a little short video here for you.
Hi, I'm Manatee County Deputy County Administrator Evan Pilichowski. I'm here to clear up some common misconceptions about Lake Manatee and the Lake Manatee Dam. Our team continues to maintain the dam's integrity as an integral part of our county infrastructure. Further, we are always monitoring conditions in the lake and the projected rainfall throughout the year. The purpose of this 6 billion gallon reservoir is to provide drinking water for most of Manatee County and parts of Sarasota County. There are a series of 11 gates, 3 mechanical and 8 earthen gates, which function to control the flows through the reservoir and downstream through the dam. This dam's purpose is to ensure that there is enough water for the needs of our community. It is not designed for flood control. That being said, we have some very limited ability to slow down the flow of water within the Manatee River as storage allows. However, once the lake is full, we have no ability to store additional water. This means that whatever excess rain and floodwaters come into the lake must flow through and downstream along the Manatee River. When we get a lot of rain, like during Hurricane Debbie, and the water rushes into the lake, flows in the lake will equal the flows out of the lake. When this happens and the high flows of the Manatee River could impact downstream residents with a history of flooding, in this case 3,500 cubic feet per second, we notify those residents individually. When the flows double to about 7,000 cubic feet per second, alerts are resent and we close downstream roads if they become inundated. We're evaluating our alert protocols to use modern tools and social media to broaden messaging associated with flows through the lake. I also want to reiterate that our dam continues to function as designed. Repairs to the dam have been completed in recent years, and as with any major infrastructure, there will be ongoing repairs and maintenance as required. We encourage all residents to sign up for alerts at mymanatee.org/alertmanatee and follow us on social media at ManateeGov.
All right, so with this unprecedented storm season, it really taught us that we need to do what we can to minimize impacts within the community. And our stormwater maintenance crews work hard really every year, but they tried something really innovative this year. We worked with HOAs and the neighborhoods to pump down retention ponds, some of them on private property, to really help with flood-prone areas in South County. This added critical capacity in the stormwater infrastructure so that during Helene and Milton, there was a lesser potential for flooding in those neighborhoods. So we know we have a lot of work that we need to do still. You'll see here, we're leaning into what we can do when it comes to stormwater management. We have 3 basin studies that are currently funded in Bowlees, Pierce, and McMullen Creeks. There are 27 in total throughout the county. So we're really happy that we're moving additionally, 8 additional watershed management plans through in the next year with the help of SwiftMud, and that'll take a few years, but we know that there's just a lot more work that needs to be done still. So these studies will help us to update the elevation maps and stormwater modeling for rain events, and it just in general allows us to manage stormwater better. It also helps to identify potential projects that we can implement to bring relief to those areas that have seen historic flooding. So switching gears here a little bit, from our public works and transit teams providing transportation from the island and other vulnerable areas ahead of evacuations and managing the largest debris collection operation in the county's history, we stayed focused and kept listening every step of the way. Anybody want to guess what the top question our 311 team receives during recovery? Well, yeah, it's debris removal. And I'm sure that surprises nobody in this room. You've seen the mountains of debris that are out there. But I really want to reinforce how well the team has handled debris in this largest debris collection operation in the county's history. Early on, we built relationships and identified partners that we could use to accelerate the debris collection. And we started with just 7 trucks immediately after Helene. That's 7 for the entire county. So you can see that we needed to bring more resources, and we got 80 additional trucks in really quickly so that we could really hit an amazing target where we hit 1 million cubic yards hauled in 30 days. The 1 million cubic yard target during Ian took us 104 days. So you can see we really have been knocking it out of the park. That thanks goes to our team and our contractors, and I really couldn't be more proud of them. So Jackie stole my one number here a little bit. So 2 million cubic yards we hit just this past week. As of last night, we were at 2.3 million cubic yards. And I don't know about you, but I have no idea what that actually looks like in person. So we needed a graphic here to help out. So if you picture Raymond James Stadium and you picture down to the field to the very top, the 177 feet above the ground surface, it would be 2/3 full with 2 million cubic yards. Now imagine putting all of that volume into our landfill. The impact that would have on the very finite capacity that we do have in the landfill. I'm very happy to say that we were able to work with our contractors, work with the state, and ensure all of that debris was hauled out of the county so that we could extend the lifespan of our landfill. So as I've said before, I know we're not done. I know there's still piles of debris out there, and we're looking for your help. If you can report, your friends, your neighbors, your loved ones, report to mymanatee.org/debris. We want to take information in, and that informs where our debris contractors are going to be going over the next month or so. And there's also a location where you can see the latest updates on debris operations. So we've also improved how we have gone about getting reimbursed from FEMA. So this is an exciting new development. We used Haggerty Consultants. We had them embedded right with us in the EOC, and they were instrumental for the county to be one of the first counties in the state to receive expedited FEMA funding, where we've received $23 million for Hurricane Milton debris to make sure we can continue those operations. And we've got another $10 million of payment that are under evaluation right now, and we're hoping in the next few weeks we'll be receiving that extra $10 million as well. So we didn't want to let gray skies get in the way of our blue sky operations as well. You can see here 44th Ave Extension East. This is east of I-75. This is the last phase of the much anticipated 44th Ave extension project. What you see here is about a 4-month period in this time lapse. The Completion date for this is tentatively set for the spring of 2026, but we are working with the contractor and doing everything we can to try to speed that up as much as possible. Other projects here, you'll see Moccasin Wallow. That project is continuing as planned prior to the hurricanes. And then 75th Street West project should be breaking ground here in the next month, sometime in January. So we also took the opportunity to launch a project aimed at beautifying some of our urban infrastructure. This initiative aims to wrap the Manatee County-owned traffic cabinets with imagery provided by local schools and organizations. And we hope that this goes a long way to reinforcing those relationships and reminding citizens of why they love where they live. We also hope to see some submissions from local organizations and clubs, and we're asking anybody who wants to reach out to our public information office. If anybody does have an organization or a club and you want to be a part of this initiative, please reach out to her after the presentation here today. Finally, with everything that's transpired, we didn't forget those who served us. With this winter, Manatee County Area Transit will launch a new series specifically for veterans. Through a partnership with Uber Rideshare Service and Manatee County Veteran Services, verified veterans will have access to free, same-day transportation to medical and dental appointments. It's part of our ongoing commitment to serving the public and ensuring that those who have given so much for our community receive the care and support they deserve. Now I'd like to invite Deputy County Administrator Brian Parnell up to talk about exciting updates, key lessons learned, and initiatives that have helped save taxpayers money.
Thank you, Evan. Hello, and thank you for giving us a chance to speak today, and again for the platform to showcase the men and women who do work that matters for the citizens and businesses of Manatee County. We often talk about employees' blue sky and gray sky roles, but it's not just individuals who adapt. Entire divisions shift their focus. A great example is our grounds division under property management. During blue skies, they care for the parks and county-owned spaces we all enjoy. During gray skies, they pivot to help residents secure and maintain their own properties. Helping Manatee County protect their homes and businesses during gray skies is something our grounds team takes very seriously. One of the easiest ways for them to do this is to make sandbags readily available leading up to all activations. How serious are we? Well, over the course of the 3 storms we had this year, our grounds team provided citizens and businesses with a staggering almost 552,000 sandbags. Placed end to end, that would stretch over 100 miles, roughly the distance from here to Orlando. Speaking of sand, we saw plenty of it, with our island communities facing significant challenges. Building on the collaborative approach we used earlier with shutting off the water to the islands, we once again partners with these communities. With the vision of our Natural Resources Director, Charlie Hunsaker, we developed a solution that not only jump-started our community's economic engine, but also saved Manatee County taxpayers millions of dollars.
When we were visited with Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Debby, and Hurricane Milton, an entire area of the Gulf was delivered to our beaches. And in fact, the water delivered the sand from the beaches into residents and homes. So our cleanup here on the island is multifaceted. First of all, we've been focusing on removing the debris from our beaches. We have a beach rake system that literally with tines and small tines and tills reaches to about 2 inches below the sand, sifts through that, and by conveyor belt lifts that material for storage in a bin and disposal elsewhere, leaving the clean sand behind. It's tractor driven and pass upon pass upon pass, and we get a clean beach back again. For the sand that was carried into our streets and our homes and our residences, we're dealing with it in 2 phases. We believe that the sand in the streets delivered by the Gulf is fairly clean, deposited and dropped immediately. We're moving that sand to our storage facility and location at Coquina Beach, where we are gathering all the sand from the island that's been collected, and we're working to sift through that sand. It's able to take sand of this nature with rocks and shell and debris, and through a series of different screens from top to bottom, sifting out the larger pieces ever smaller, we get to a sand quality that we would like to return to the beach. And we're going to be doing that for the sands that we've collected from our roadways. Now, for the sands that have been collected from the parking lots, commercial lots, and private residences, it's a little different of an animal because there's all types of potential for plastics, broken glass, nail. We don't want any of that material to make it through the sifters and get back to our sandy beaches. We have an opportunity to take that type of sand and move it to our preserve next to Fort Hammer Bridge for temporary storage. We're going to take those accumulated piles of sand that have been sifted to remove the large debris, and we're going to be using that to rebuild Upper Manatee River Road. We'll be lifting that road several feet to give about flood elevations, and you can imagine it takes a lot of fill. But we're not going to waste it. We'll be saving our money, our taxpayer money, in constructing those roads, and we're giving a significant savings to the island communities here who don't have to haul this sand to a landfill. They merely need to take it down to Coquina Beach. Manatee County will take that sand, accept the responsibilities, and take it from there.
I think that was our county's all-time highest, most viral video, Charlie. I think we got more than 1 million hits on that one. This innovative process, as Charlie alluded to, is significant for several reasons. While many municipalities chose to send their sand to the landfills, shortening their lifespan, we took that different approach. By repurposing the sand, we extended the life of our landfill, quickly replenished our sugar sand beaches, and saved over $1 million in future road construction backfill costs. Shifting to the Gulf Island ferries, typically used to transport citizens from downtown to the island, our Gulf Island ferries took on an important gray sky role as well. Our Convention and Visitors Bureau shifted their focus to bring contractors, island workers, and resources to our island communities, playing a key role in recovery efforts and helping restore normalcy as quickly as possible. And the CVB didn't stop there. They were also able to organize a concert with Leonard Skinner, raising over $300,000 for hospitality workers on the island. Shifting to our projects, we're also on track for many of our major projects across the county. Parish Park is currently under construction and is on track for substantial completion by Q1 of 2025, with plans underway for a ribbon-cutting ceremony and a Party in the Park celebration. Our work at Premier Sports Campus South is making substantial progress as well. We're adding locker rooms, soccer multi-use building, expanded parking, and 2 more synthetic fields there. Just yesterday, our board adopted the budget resolution for our Athletics and Aquatics Center at Premier Sports Campus North, as well as 4 synthetic soccer fields at Buffalo Creek and our East Bradenton Park splash pad and synthetic field. And Washington Park Recreation Center is moving along. We're currently in design phase of this exciting project. If you've driven by John Marble lately, you can tell how close we are to completion there. We can't wait to bring the best of Bray further east and continue to provide great service to Manatee County citizens. Lastly, one of our key housing empowerment projects is making significant progress. The Under One Roof Center is nearing completion. This facility, operated in partnership with local and national organizations, will serve as a transformational hub, providing women battling addiction and homelessness with comprehensive resources under one roof. It will also offer access to treatments and services that may not have been available in our area before. And with that, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to speak and invite Charlie back up for some closing remarks.
Thank you, Courtney, Evan, Brian, for your leadership and wisdom over these past few months. Sometimes it does take a disaster, or in our case, multiple disasters, to put things into perspective. The recent hurricanes have given us plenty to reflect on. At the core of it all is the importance of transparency in county government. Clear, honest communication builds trust, ensures accountability, and helps our community recover and grow stronger together. We hope we have done that today.
When the worst heads our way, Manatee County government is here with our best. From keeping you informed during the lead up and impact, to supporting you through the tough times that follow, Our dedicated employees are committed to delivering large-scale recovery on a door-to-door basis, ensuring that no person or family is left behind. Service through compassion, recovery through dedication, and rebuilding our community through a deep commitment to you. Manatee County, together in hope, together we heal.
In addition to traditional communication channels, we are expanding our efforts to maximize visibility within the community. Keep an eye out for the presence on not only the traffic cabinet wraps, but county vehicles and the ever-popular Manatee County calendar. We would like to take this time to acknowledge all the partnerships that we've built and strengthened over the past few months. Without these organizations, we would not have seen the rapid deployment and recovery that we experienced. And I would like to thank them for their flexibility, understanding, and commitment to serving the public. As I did last year, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to our Newsflash newsletter. This once-a-month email now has over 5,000 subscribers and is the quickest and easiest way to get a real-time look at the state of Manatee County. Thank you again for your time today, and I want to wish you the happiest of holidays. While we've covered a lot of ground, much work remains. It will take years to fully address the negative impacts of recent events, and there will always be new challenges on the horizon. With your support, the vision of our Board of County Commissioners, and the unwavering dedication to our hardworking employees, we are committed to ensuring that Manatee County remains the premier place to live, work, and play, and do business. Thank you. Just real quick, I'd like to acknowledge Lacey Pritchard, McKenzie, and of course Casey Zempel can't be here. What a presentation. I didn't do a damn thing. That's talent right there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Charlie and the team. And we do have about 7 minutes for Q&A. So Dan, I see the mayor up here has a question. Dan has a mic. He will not relinquish that mic, just so you know. When he comes to you, he will be offering it for you to ask a question.
I timed it for only 2 minutes of questions.
Thank you. And I just want to say on behalf of the city of Bradenton, speaking for our council and our administration, what we saw with collaboration through this storm season that we've never seen in our county, and most of us have lived here virtually our whole lives and families' lives, but the collaboration that we did together was something that the residents don't necessarily see. And I know you had showed up there a little bit. One of you showed some Facebook posts that weren't always so positive. And that's something that in the government world we have to deal with now. But it's about getting that information out. And it's been great that we were able to collaborate, which I think 20 years ago, that didn't happen. And there was lawsuits against the city and the county and others. And now the collaboration, that's under your leadership. And we appreciate that through all that's going on. The one question I did have is I'd like to, and I know the answer to it, but you showed the last one was under one roof. Can you give us a quick little update of what's going on, that it's going to take a collaboration between the county commissioners, the staff, the city of Bradenton, and others to really take that next step? So it's the women, what about the families, what about the males, and how that's going?
Yeah, appreciate the question. First of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Commissioner Amanda Ballard. This is her passion. She's championed this along with our Board of County Commissioners who stood by me as we've progressed through this. Last year, about the August timeframe, I was hoping Christmas would be in there for the under one roof. Unfortunately, we didn't make that mark. But I will tell you, we are committed to making it happen. Under one roof will be one of its kind. It should house up to 90 individual single women under one roof with wraparound services with hopefully employment opportunities to get them back on their feet, a hand up. That will allow then the Salvation Army a three-pronged approach. The Salvation Army then to take families on, not individuals. We don't have a family shelter. And we are working with Brian and his leadership, again with the Board of County Commissioners, working with collaboration with Sheriff Wells. We have identified a site that the sheriff will oversee and operate for potentially not only single women, but couples. And we just got the programming almost finished today. We're going to be moving through that progress of design. But this board, and again, Commissioner Ballard's committed to helping others.
Just an expression of gratitude to Manatee County, City of Bradenton. Two of my adult children were able to ride out the storm, the latest storm at Manatee County High School. I don't know how many days they spent there, but they were able to safely weather the storm. So, you know, a shout out of appreciation for the governmental bodies that made that possible. The business you're in is a tough business, Charlie, and commissioners, I recognize that. So I'm going to ask a tough question. Manatee County surpluses have been running about $200 million a year average since 2017. You have $800 million in cash, unrestricted cash on your balance sheet. It seems like there's a problem with running the county on a break-even basis. We're not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be run as a for-profit enterprise. It's supposed to be run on a break-even basis. My question is, for the commissioners or anyone else that would care to answer this question, is there a plan to bring revenues in line with expenses going forward? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the question. First of all, I appreciate your passion. You're at the board quite often expressing your concern about this. Also want to thank the board. They did just lower the millage 0.15 again, which took $10 million off of our ongoing budget. You and I have a disagreement. The board has a disagreement with your perspective. We have to be prepared for unprecedented 3 storms. We have to have money in reserves. You saw 44th Avenue. Inflation has taken us, again, to unprecedented costs. We have to, our clerk, our comptroller makes us be responsible with our money, and that money has to be in the bank to finish these projects. We have projects 5 years out. We have a board that has a vision of 10-year projects. We operate on a zero-based budget. Every year, we come to the board with our needs and our wants. It's not a candy store. We don't get everything we want. We are told no quite often. So again, I appreciate your passion, sir. I appreciate you keeping us in check. But again, I think you and I have a fundamental disagreement on the money.
All right, thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And I'll just echo several of the messages that not only did Charlie and his team express, but the mayor certainly added to it in today's discussion, Mr. Meehan as well, which was the incredible effort of our public servants, our public employees from multiple levels of government during these 3 storms. I had the privilege of representing the business community on ESF 18, which is the Emergency Support Function 18, to bring the voice of business to the conversations. More often, I was actually bringing the ears of business as opposed to the voice of business, because I tell you, these professionals know what they're doing. They made sacrifices every day, time away from their families, time away from their families during the storm when they weren't sure what was happening at home. And I just want one more round of applause, please, for the incredible effort. And not only did they respond in an unprecedented way with so much success and ingenuity and innovation, but they also, did you hear how he started his comments? They want to learn how they can be even better next time. God forbid. I hope we never have a hurricane season like we experienced this year, but we know that we're prepared and we're going in with a mindset of how can we do even better. I want to thank once again our headliner sponsors, Career Source Suncoast, Florida Power and Light, Manatee Health, the Mosaic Company, and the Realtors Association of Sarasota and Manatee. Thank you so much to Manatee Educational TV, METV, our good friends who ran all audiovisual for us. Again, Chris, you and your team are everywhere all the time. Thank you so much for your support. Our January headliners will be a State of the Cities address, so watch for the opportunity to reserve your seats or your table for that event. We look forward to a fantastic lineup of luncheons like this again in 2025. If your company is interested in visibility at these events, please talk to us about an annual sponsorship. Thank you so much for your support. I wish you the happiest of holidays.